Hey guys, Isaac right back. As you can see, I haven't even picked up these drops yet. So I'm just going to run a quick double check on this area, make sure that everything is blocked in. It looks like it is. There are a lot of NPCs here. I would be tempted to just murder them all, but I do want golems to spawn. So I'll go ahead and let the NPCs make sweet NPC love and hopefully get a golem eventually, because that's iron, and iron is a bucket, and buckets are powerful. So I'm going to go ahead and set up a little base here. I never actually brought a workbench with me, so I need to go get one of those. But a lot of the important stuff is here now. I'll still be eating zombie flesh for at least a little while longer, but not too long. I'm just going to punch straight through to this house, actually. Patch up that wall. More fancy bookshelves. There's a workbench. Perfect. And what else did I need? Some logs. There are a lot of logs on these that you can safely take. Yes, like that skeleton's just unfortunate. I will go kill him because I might want bone meal, but typically in this challenge you want to just avoid fighting monsters as much as possible. Wow, shot me out of the air when I jumped to look at him. Excellent. There we go. No trouble. Nom nom nom. Hey, I actually avoided the poison that time. Joy. And while I'm here, I'm actually going to strip up much of this house. Beginning resources like this can be quite useful. And I don't really need this house to be here for any particular reason. I will end up tearing down every house in this village, and once I've done that, I'll consider myself to have let's played it thoroughly enough that I can just start using the saplings. I mean, you will eventually get saplings, because eventually your home base will be essentially complete, and you'll just go out hunting for other villages, and in one of those chests you will invariably find saplings. But saplings are typically a much later game acquisition than when I got them, so I'm going to avoid using them for a while. My original world, I did just fine not getting saplings until very late, so I'm sure that I'll be just fine here as well. Just going to cut up a bunch of these logs. I'm going to be smelting charcoal, if you haven't caught on yet. That's why I came back out of my house, even though I still have, now that I have a workbench. And I'm also going to be setting up this area over here as my farming complex. It'll be a little bit more complicated than it is now, because this area is pretty simple and not using the water as efficiently as it can be. I do need to work on my trenches. I need to work on my walls. There's a lot of houses to strip down. There's a lot to do in the challenge. Like, at first I was worried that there wouldn't be enough to do when I played my first version of this challenge, but you can pretty much always find things that need your attention. There's always ways to shore up your defenses, always ways to improve your living conditions. Whatever it may be, you can do it. I'm actually going to go ahead and knock all this gravel from the awkward corners off and just fill this in with dirt. I think it'll look a little bit better than if I left those awkward corners of gravel. Still looks pretty bad, but not quite as creeper hole-y as it... Well, I mean, it is a creeper hole. Go over to my half of the house and put down some workbenches. Alright, let's get to storing some of this nonsense. So that's all stuff that I don't really need / want to interact with for now. I'm absolutely not going to be using these diamonds for anything besides maybe an enchanting table, because I don't really need a pick for anything. There isn't enough obsidian anywhere to make a diamond pick worth it. I will, however, cook one of these. I think pressure plates will cook for half a smelt. Or maybe a full smelt? Huh. Let me see if I can get 3 cooks out of that, actually. That's what it looks like. It looks like it's 1.5 each. That would be awesome. You can also use pressure plates to prevent spawns on the ground, but I'm going to have plenty of stair blocks for those. I'm going to be harvesting the roofs of all these houses. And excellent. 3 charcoal. I'm going to go ahead and make all the torches that I'll need for quite a while. So, second step of this challenge, once you've established the very beginnings of your base, is to slime and normal monster proof it, which is what I've been doing so far. But I'll go into a little bit more depth explaining how you do so. Essentially, you're going to need light to prevent most monsters, which is why I'm making torches, obviously. And to prevent slimes, you're just going to need to use translucent blocks. There's no other way to. I think I'm not in a slime chunk, but again, I want to be careful and I want to show off that even if the area of your village you block in, which again you should decide based on availability of water, if the area of your village that you block in is a slime chunk, so they're all spawning like this, terrifyingly, there are things you can do to handle the situation. It's harder, but still totally possible. So I'm going to go ahead and pick up a bit more of this. In a second, I'm going to be crafting 3 or 4 hatchets and taking to the roofs. Specifically the roofs that aren't within my jurisdiction here, but I'm fine with destroying some of my own houses. I will eventually tear these all down and just build myself a house. Because really, you're not that limited on resources. Like, you are absolutely limited and they're finite, but there are decent amounts of blocks in an NPC village. I want to leave the church for now because it's such a good height, so I can climb up there and survey my territory, essentially. Want to widen this. I typically just break the glass. If you want to keep the glass where it is and try and build around it, that's also a viable choice. I personally don't really care. I'm fine with using fences instead of glass for my window-esque things, but if you would rather keep the glass, that is obviously your decision to make. It just takes a bit more planning. Did I block? Is this inside? Yeah, this is inside. Excellent. Well, I think I might actually... No, I do need to plug that, because otherwise the night monsters will walk in. I was going to just leave it open as a back entrance, but whatever. Sweet. All my torches are done. And yes, there are torches around the village you can pick up, like there's those, and then there's the black wool light posts and things like that. But I find it's much easier to just make your own. It doesn't cost a lot of your resources, and they'll last you forever, because you don't travel very much in this challenge. So you can see that this stack of torches, I will almost never deplete. It's probably, it's unlikely that I will ever need to deplete it. What am I building? Okay, that'll give me 4 sticks, 8 sticks, which is 4 hatchets, which is 12 stone. Make 13 because I'm a moron. Store all of this. I like keeping my slime balls just to keep track of roughly how many I've killed. The number piles up sort of terrifyingly fast. Excellent. Take that one off. So firstly, light up my own house. I can afford to be not all that frugal, but conservative perhaps. Step outside into all the terrible rain, and let's start coding. Obviously I want my crops to grow well, so I'll put torches there. This corner could use some. I know before that skeletons have spawned in this house, so come out and light it up. Almost as if it was dynamite. Put that there. So this house area is already becoming much more hospitable. I've had troubles with creepers in this alleyway, so let's be careful now that it's getting dark, but I think I'm okay. I think that I got here with the torches early enough that nothing spawned. Okay, so as you can see, my base is essentially now fully lit. I won't really need to light it any more than it is now, and I still have 30-something torches left of my original stack. And again, I'm not really going anywhere, so I think it's worth just going ahead and smelting the logs. It also makes it much easier in your first couple of days because you don't have to spend all your time gathering torches. Alright, so now I'm going to survey my domain. There are a lot of houses out there that I can tear down. I think this is plenty big. Like, I don't think I need to expand this any. I mean, I could do things like just wrap that wall out and then sideways and then get those two houses included, but honestly, the most resource-rich houses over there, there's not that much water to make it worthwhile to go to other places. I think I'm going to exit through that door and get on that roof from inside the house and then try and start harvesting those. Eventually, I'll need to browse around and find some farm animals because I can use wheat to lure them back to my house. Wow, didn't get poisoned again. I'm having some good luck with that. But yes, going to try and start getting some stair blocks to slime-proof this base. Get the black wool. Yeah. Okay. Oh god. Oh, just a spider. Okay. I think I might have seen him earlier. For some reason I was hesitant to come out here, but... yeah, one hit from anything kills the smallest slime, so try and save your tools. Don't use them on them. There's no reason to. Although, obviously, my hotbar is quickly becoming only tools. Okay, so got up on this roof without any trouble. I'm going to go ahead and harvest all these half steps because A, they look fancy, B, they're free, and C, they do also prevent slime spawns. So I can use these for my sort of decorated central areas. Remember, even in the middle of a hostile challenge like this, there's no excuse for building ugly. That's so much string. Yeah, I have to get that. I can't excuse not getting it. I'd tear this wall out eventually, so may as well do it now. Yeah, 2 string and the spider eye is just too nice to pass up. I'm not sure if the eye has any use, since I won't be potion making, but I like having items. I just like collecting things. What can I say? Alright, so this will be a good start to my anti-slime defenses. It does take quite a bit of mining, though. And I can retire this wood pick soon. I'm not actually going to let it break, because if I ever make another one, I can repair them, and I like saving durability. It's not worth it to get the final use out of it, but pretty soon it'll be at that point. Okay. I think I could mine one more block, maybe, but not worth it. Especially since this one's faster, too, and noticeably faster. Alright, so those are nice, but now I'm going to transfer over to this base. Could you guys not walk right in my path? I'm just trying to destroy your whole house, okay? Calm down. All the poor certificates trapped outside will eventually die, because I'm going to be destroying all of their houses. Although, I don't know. I guess I might leave, like, maybe actually this house seems pretty decent. I might just plug it. Why are you going up against the door? Why did he do that? What possible reason? There. Live! There's literally no reason not to. You don't need to walk up against the door. It's not helping anyone. Okay. So now I can really get some stair blocks. Although I have to be wary of skeletons, but not that wary. The slimes are hogging most of the spawn limit. Hope you guys have enjoyed the challenge so far. It is a unique one. I very much have enjoyed it, and I like playing it the second time. It's just as fun as it was the first time. And again, it's not terribly hard. So if you're looking for an introduction to challenges like Air City, Undercity, this challenge, obviously super hostile. If you're looking to just see if you're up to playing Minecraft with constraints in a harder way, this is a good one. I recommend it. It's fun, it still lets you build, gives you a pretty wide access to resources, plus you get to raise baby animals at some point. Who doesn't love the adorable little baby cows? Infinite leather armor. Alright, I'm just going to go ahead and call this episode done. I've pretty much cleaned up this roof. I don't want to bother recording much off camera because the challenge never really speeds up or slows down. It pretty much always progresses at this same kind of pace. So I'm just going to go ahead and pop right back where I am in the next episode. Hope you guys enjoyed. See you here next time.